Alright, hello guys, I promise not to take too much of your time, but I just wanted to make a little video on ideas for Gran Turismo 7. Now I know EK Drifter's been doing his videos on ideas for Forza 6, so why not bring up some ideas for Gran Turismo 7? Obviously. And I've been thinking about this for quite a long time. Anyway, first thing I want to mention for them to bring back up, because they, like Kaz has mentioned, he says that they'll be able to make this game very Gran Turismo for PS4. Now, how has the original Gran Turismo been? Well, I know I can't really show you because I'm just using the share feature on the PS4, but anyway, how they've originally been has been race modifications, pretty much for any kind of race, not any kind of race car, any race modifications for any kind of stock car, except the Dodge concept car, of course. But anyway, alright, obviously race modifications, but more than that, kind of bringing back to the crew how like race modifications would be circuit mods, kind of. Have something like dirt modifications for cars to become rally cars, you know, like the Celica GT4 to turn into the Castro Cintiq and Movie Star rally car. And something like drag mods where you could put big tires on it, drag something like a drag turbo, you know, like in Gran Turismo 3 where the Escudo had the stage 4 turbo to make it have around 1800 horsepower. We'll maybe have something like that to give massive amounts of boosts, and something like in drag mods where you can select different parts, like body mods, like a hood to reveal 2 twin turbo massive turbos. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm not really talking on a script, just letting my mouth move. Anyway, what about actual race cars in the game? Well, something like how NASCAR was, where pretty much there was a separate car just for each person. Here would kind of be my theory from car lots. Now, obviously for buying new cars, not all cars would be in the new car lots. Now, you know how it's kind of a little strange to have a brand new 60s muscle car in there, like a Challenger, which, you know, that was 70. Be in the car lot with no miles on it. But here's my thing. Like, for the new car lot kind of cars, like 2005 or 7 and up would be in the new car lot and would have different trim levels. You know, like when you go and order a brand new car, you have a list of options. Anyway, let's take a look here. For kind of different versions, like you'd be able to select what kind of factory rims you want, like the trim level, kind of like how on the Legacy B4 you can where Gran Turismo 3 mentioned there was an RS model, but that was not in the game, but kind of have like that in the new car lot, even though that car wouldn't be there because that was 1998, where there'd be an option for a RSK model and just a normal RS model. Now, what's kind of the point of that? Well, it's much better than having 19 Miatas in one thing. Even though some of the differences there was just whether it was a Japanese model or an American model. Alright, used car lots. Well, this has been kind of controversy for most people, but I just think with how Gran Turismo 6 did it, it just got boring. But the used car lot made cars very rare. Anyway. Whoops, sorry. Used car lot, obviously, unlike Gran Turismo 5, where the used car lot was just kind of a trash can for the standard cars that had no interior and absolutely garbage graphics. How about this, you know, premium looking models, but oh, phone went off there. Anyway, the cars in the used car lot would have like paint chips, not actual paint chips to go to the GT Auto and paint, but I'm talking like scratches and stuff, scratches on the rims, faded paint, maybe a little dinged up bumper and some dings here and there. Kind of something like that. But then places they get really good conditioned used cars, kind of my thought here, of a car collector show. Now, how exactly would this work? Well, I don't know how it'd work, but how about this? A car collector show where people kind of meet up in an online lobby and bet on rare mint condition used cars. Now obviously they're gonna have some mileage on them, but something like 1960s and under, kind of like a Barrett Jackson kind of thing, where people bid on cars, and then obviously the highest bidder wins the car. Now obviously you could just be the kind of person that has multi-millions of dollars and just go there and buy everything out there, but people would at least be there kind of to raise the profit, make something even more rare, and maybe even a higher selling price when you sell it eventually. Alright, career. Now this has also been another one I was thinking. Well, obviously being the usual career, like in the previous titles, there would also be a drag career, a rally career, and a street career. You know, street career kind of be like Initial D kind of thing, where you just have like a normal boy racer Honda Civic with body kits and stuff like that. Well, I know Initial D certainly didn't have that, but anyway. Kind of what they do there is, you know, like how in GT4 there was street rallies, like in the Paris one where it was just a wet road for the rally, but just like have that all dried up, and then kind of what they'd end up doing, and then just street racing 1 versus 1, and then if you'd win, the car you'd end up winning for those street races would be that person's car. Posters, yes, posters. Like in Gran Turismo 3, 4, and 5, to mark what the race event was, there was kind of like a little poster made. Now I know in Gran Turismo 3 the poster pretty much took up the whole screen, but I think those need to come back. Those were certainly a really cool thing to have. I mean, something cool to look, maybe even decorate like a free roam garage to kind of like look around your car freely. Alright, and museums, yes. I know Gran Turismo 5 had a museum, but that wasn't very well. But here's my thought on the museum for Gran Turismo 7, if they were to have it, which is probably not. But anyway, kind of like that is where, like in the dealership where you'd go, there'd be a museum option, and what that would do is like a free roaming area where you'd take a look at concept cars, old classics that they kept there on reserve, stuff like that, look up the history, maybe look up the price, and stuff like that. And obviously, the usual Gran Turismo way of winning them eventually in higher up career modes. Now here's another thing that I came up with, and probably might even possibly be already done. But unless you've noticed from the PlayStation 4 with the camera on how it asks about facial recognition to get into your profile. Well, how about this? For like your racer, kind of like I said about a free roaming mode, what if, like you could have the PlayStation 4 camera scan your face and slap your face on the driver. You know, kind of like for the free roaming mode, if people were there with you, they'd be able to see your face. Like the camera would take your picture, the PS4 would render a 3D model. Did I say PS3? I mean PS4 would render a 3D model of your head and slap it on your character. Now that might seem bad, I know, but there really isn't too many bad things that could go with that. I mean, you got the PS4's gonna have facial recognition, why not use it? You know, only seems rather prosperous. Ooh, wrong word there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's only part 1. I've only had a couple minutes to write what I had. I know I could go on and on about cars to be in the game, but we'll save that for another time, maybe part 2. Actually, you know what, that's not going to be too long to... Yeah, screw that. Anyway, I'll see you in part 2, and hopefully my other videos. See ya!